All right, so today we're diving into something kind of different.
Mm-hmm.
We're looking at Sahaj Samadhi,
Okay.
and it comes from this tradition called the Nath Sampradaya, which
Okay.
is a branch of yoga,
Interesting.
and it basically means effortless enlightenment.
Wow, that sounds pretty appealing.
Right. Like most people, I think when they hear meditation, they think of like,
A lot of work.
yeah, a lot of work, a lot of effort.
Like forcing yourself
Yeah.
to clear your mind.
Yeah, exactly.
Which, let's be honest, is not easy.
Not easy at all.
For most of us.
Right. But the idea here with Sahaj Samadhi
Mm-hmm.
is that you can actually experience that bliss, that deep meditative state,
Yeah.
but without all that like struggle and intensity.
So it's more about kind of like surrendering into it or...
Yeah, and we're going to use some excerpts about the Nath Sampradaya,
Okay.
this unique branch of yoga, to like break it all down.
That sounds really fascinating.
Yes, so hopefully...
Especially for someone like me who struggles with traditional meditation.
Me too.
You know, finding that quiet space in my mind feels impossible sometimes.
Yeah, and I think a lot of our listeners probably feel the same way.
Absolutely.
So maybe Sahaj Samadhi is the answer we've all been looking for.
Fingers crossed.
Right, like the universe heard our complaints and was like, okay, try this instead.
I like that, the universe offering us a different path.
Exactly.
So where do we even begin with this idea of effortless enlightenment?
Well, the source material we have focuses on this guy, Guru Gorakhnath.
Okay.
He's like a central figure in the Nath Sampradaya.
Got it.
But before we get to him,
Yeah.
let's just like define
Okay.
Sahaj Samadhi.
Yeah, break it down.
Right, like what does it actually mean?
So the word Sahaj,
Yeah.
it literally means natural or like easy.
Okay.
So Sahaj Samadhi is pointing to this state of being
Mm-hmm.
where enlightenment like unfolds organically,
Okay.
almost effortlessly, like a flower blooming, you know?
Wow, I like that image.
Yeah, when the conditions are just right.
Yeah, so instead of us like forcing our minds to be still,
Right.
it's more about cultivating that right internal environment
Exactly.
for this
Yeah.
state to just like naturally emerge.
Yeah, it's a shift
Mhm.
from like external effort to like internal harmony.
Interesting.
And then in Nath Sampradaya, they have this really unique blend of practices
Okay.
to like help facilitate that shift.
I'm curious about that. What kind of practices are we talking about?
So they combine things like Hatha yoga,
Okay.
Kundalini practices.
Kundalini, I've heard of that, but I don't really know what it is.
Yeah, we'll get into that.
Okay.
Then also Tantric philosophy.
Oh, Tantric philosophy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I got to admit, when I hear Tantra, my mind doesn't immediately go to like meditation.
Right. Yeah, it has certain connotations, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
But in this context, Tantra is really about like harnessing energy,
So-
specifically this thing called Kundalini energy.
All right. So tell me about Kundalini energy.
So it's often described as this like
Yeah.
dormant energy
Mm-hmm.
that's coiled at the base of your spine.
On the base of the spine. Okay.
Yeah, and the practices of the Nath Sampradaya, they aim to like awaken this energy,
Awaken it. Okay.
which is thought to lead to spiritual transformation
Mm.
and ultimately Sahaj Samadhi.
So just to clarify,
Why?
it's not about like suppressing thoughts.
Yeah.
It's about using this Kundalini energy.
Yes,
And these specific practices are like the tools to do that.
you got it.
Okay, so that brings us back to Guru Gorakhnath.
Right.
You said he was like a key figure.
Yeah, he was this legendary yogi.
Okay.
And he's actually credited with like systematizing a lot of the practices that we
Mhm.
see in Hatha yoga today.
Oh, wow. So he was kind of like a pioneer.
Yeah, you could say that.
And his teachings, they emphasize this idea of Sahaj Samadhi
Mhm.
being an innate state, something that's already within us.
Absolutely. He believed that we all have the potential for enlightenment.
I love that idea.
Yeah, it's not something we have to like earn or achieve.
That's already there.
It's already there. It's just a matter of removing the obstacles that are blocking it.
Okay, so now I got to know, what are those obstacles
Right.
and how do we use these practices to remove them?
Well, the Nath yogis,
Yeah.
they have this really interesting view. They
Yeah.
view the body as like a sacred instrument,
Okay.
and they use practices like pranayama.
Pranayama, is that like breath work?
Yes, it's breath control.
Okay.
They use mudras, which are specific hand gestures,
Mudras.
and bandhas, which are body locks.
Body locks. I've never heard of those.
Yeah, they're like specific ways of engaging different muscle groups
Interesting.
to like direct the flow of energy.
Okay.
And they use all of these to purify and harmonize the body's energies.
So they're not just physical practices, they're actually working with energy.
Exactly. And, you know, I think a good analogy is like fine-tuning a musical instrument.
Ooh, I like that.
Right, so that it can produce beautiful music effortlessly.
Yes, that makes sense.
You know, if the strings are out of tune, no matter how hard you try, it's not going to sound good.
Exactly.
But when everything is aligned, the music just flows.
I'm actually trying to learn to play the guitar right now.
How cool.
And that analogy really clicks for me. Like if my fingers are in the wrong place, it doesn't matter how hard I strum, it's going to sound terrible.
Right, but when you get that perfect chord
Yeah.
and you strum it, it just resonates.
It's like magic.
Exactly.
Okay, so we've talked about the practices, but I'm still curious about what Sahaj Samadhi actually feels like.
Yeah.
Like what's the experience?
So it's described as this state of profound peace
Okay.
and unity,
Hmm.
where the distinction between like the meditator, the person meditating, and
Yeah.
the object of their meditation, like that distinction dissolves.
It all becomes one.
Yeah, there's a sense of oneness and bliss
Yeah.
and effortless awareness.
So even if someone isn't seeking full enlightenment, could these practices still bring more ease and peace into their everyday life?
Absolutely.
Really?
Yeah, even without striving for that ultimate goal of Sahaj Samadhi,
Good.
just incorporating practices like pranayama,
Yeah.
mudras,
Yeah.
they can have like tangible benefits
Like what kind of benefits?
for stress management,
Okay, yeah, I can see that.
focus, overall well-being.
So if our listener is feeling overwhelmed by, the complexities of life, they could turn to these ancient practices
Exact.
for a little more peace and flow.
Yeah, and I think that's the beauty of the Nath Sampradaya's approach.
What do you mean?
It's not about like renouncing the world or anything.
Right.
It's about finding that harmony within ourselves and with the world around us.
That's a beautiful way to put it.
Thanks.
Well, this deep dive has definitely given me a new perspective on meditation
Yeah, me too.
and like a whole list of things to explore.
For sure.
We hope it sparked your curiosity too.
Yeah, if effortless enlightenment sounds appealing. Yeah.
Maybe exploring the practices of the Nath Sampradaya is a good place to start.
Yeah, you might find that even without aiming for full enlightenment, these techniques can bring more peace and ease into your daily life.
Definitely worth a try.
Absolutely.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being here.